Welcome to the Foundation Infrastructure Working Group. Call, sync. Let's dive right in. Or do we have that document? I don't have the document open. Beyhan, are there any other agenda items than PRs?
Well,
Okay, then we can just go.
promotions.
Yeah, sure, but we can get to the promotions.
Yes.
Okay. Document prefix delegation. We have one review.
I think that's waiting for a new Bosch release, right?
Where is it?
Probably. Yeah.
Someone's sharing
This is the
screen, or-
docs. Yeah. Oh, I thought I was sharing my screen.
I see.
I can see it.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so it's just the Linux people.
It's just me again.
Okay. Yeah, that's the docs PR, right? So we need the other one first.
Apparently, we have tabs now in Zoom.
Yeah, I know. That one got me as well at some point. Test for prefix. Yeah, that one got way better. I love it.
Finally, is it?
Yeah, no, it's so much cleaner. Great, nice work.
No, your suggestion was way more robust than using metadata. So
yeah, that's good. So yeah, this one, I mean, it needs another review potentially. I did one, but that's been discussed a lot.
I think Felix did a review of it.
I don't see it here.
He's on vacation now, but I can also add mine. I have reviewed it before. Try to reopen it as well.
Yeah, I would suggest to maybe review it during the call because it's pretty straightforward right now in its implementation.
Exactly. Yeah, I did already, but I did not add my plus one. Let me. Oh. Yeah, you can just continue. I will do it. Meanwhile.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go back to it. Yeah, the compression thing. What's happening? Internet gone? GitHub having issues? Oh, the GitHub is doing a migration to Azure, right? I read in the news. They're planning a month, so that's why it's slow, I guess.
From where they're migrating?
I think they have like currently they have their own data center or something, but they could not expand anymore, and apparently there's a high influx of people doing all sorts of AI automated workflow type things. I don't know what these people are doing. It's definitely not me. So there was quite a lot of I don't know. They needed more capacity and they couldn't grow in their current location. So, and they are part of Microsoft, so they're now migrating to Azure. So that's going to be fun. But I think they're taking quite a lot of time for it, like a few months or something. So it's not a one and done thing. Yeah, I looked at this. This is also pretty straightforward. Basically, it's passing down options a lot, and then there's a -z that's basically yeah, if there's no compression, if it's not no compression, then add -c, and it was always doing -z. That's basically what this change is about, and then the rest is a test and passing it down. So I think this is also probably good to go. Someone else can take a look. Would be great.
I reviewed the second one. It's really strange that Felix already approved it, but it doesn't show up in the on the top right. It's strange, but okay.
Maybe they also push after the approval.
Yeah, that might be.
Okay. We merged a thing. Yeah, this is just a docs change, basically. Which I think is good.
What is ACG? Azure Compute Gallery. Okay.
Compute gallery,
Yeah,
yeah.
Compute gallery. But we should have people here, so. Because
Yeah, but for docs, if one person looked at it, it's fine. And this is the guy who made all the Azure
Yes.
Exactly. I guess we can
anyway.
merge that.
So
I think there's nobody more knowledgeable about this stuff. So it's
yeah.
He is also from Azure. That's
yeah, I know.
should
Um. Oh, you actually found the bug? There was an actual bug?
Oh, for that
Yeah.
thing that randomly removes everything? It's all okay.
Wow, I was trying since yesterday to find this. Or no, that's vSphere, sorry. Because there is this other one end-to-end in the pipeline. I was trying to find also about some stem cell. Was it stem cell? No, it was a VMID.
No, but this is vSphere CPI, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I did not read well.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
But how cool is it if you can if you do blank that everything will be deleted? Is this like is that
This is a
is that a
hidden
wild card?
This is a hidden feature actually, you know.
It's a hidden feature.
yeah.
Yeah, that is happening. So what the people normally would notice is that their apps are restarting randomly, and that happens because Bosch
This is
gets redeployed. That is related to the IPv6 changes.
Yeah, this is a regression from IPv6, right?
Exactly. I mean, it will only happen on IPv6
I see.
enabled. Yeah, exactly.
This was causing evacuations and
Yeah, if you have the dual stack enabled, and then there is this if condition that is added by this PR, which would basically check if it's it checks that the range is an IPv6 range if it is an IP address assigned. Otherwise, it looks at it different, and it will try to redeploy, which will then cause all apps to restart.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the next one is was the missing EC2 role that is also IAM role needed for AWS. That is also IPv6 enabled. I have added this role and the 3 roles above, by the way. So from line 23, 24, 25 to the CPI test user in the AWS account. And now the integration tests are green for the AWS CPI. So we did not know about the fourth one, but I guess that's needed, which is a bit strange because the CPI does declaration, so why not modify it? Yeah. So now the 4 roles are added as well for our the community AWS account for the CPI test user, just so that you know. And that's all of the integration tests.
Or other than the integration tests, are those roles called out in documentation anywhere?
Awesome. Wasn't there something that this file was? Oh, this is the docs, right?
This is the docs,
Oh, this is the
exactly.
docs.
And
Okay, great.
Yeah.
but the docs file, this JSON file, is being used in the integration test, right? Like to make sure that the docs and stuff are in line. I thought that was the.
I don't know. I did it directly in the AWS account, to be honest. I don't know if it's used in the integration
I
test.
think it might be used in the integration test
Yeah.
to consume. I didn't realize this was docs. That's great. That
Yeah.
was my only concern.
Okay, so then we are okay with.
But do we have IPv6 configuration docs or something in Bosch.io?
I mean, it's not really IPv6 related. I mean, it was driven by the IPv6 requirement, but it's not really related. So back in the days, we used to create network interfaces while creating the VM. And for IPv6, in order to make the behavior same like the other CPIs, now it is created beforehand. And with that, AWS treats it a bit differently. So it was okay to not have these roles if you create the network interfaces while creating the VM. But if you would create it before or after, then AWS complains and it wants to have the role mentioned specifically, and that's
Okay,
why
but
it's needed.
that is a big breaking change then, right? Because that means that people that were
Exactly, and
fine
that's
before,
why,
they
yeah,
need now a new role.
exactly, and that's why we wanted to do a big how did you call it, big version update. So
Yeah.
we need to announce it. So
Right.
that was the motivation. We need that. Exactly.
But that's not being called out here, right? That we need to do that.
No, Aram wrote it down. I don't know what is the procedure here. So he wrote it down in the last community meeting, right?
Mhm.
How do you normally roll out such announcement? I'm not sure.
I think you just click a different button in Config.
Yeah, I think in Bosch Dev, we should probably announce it in Slack, and then yeah, I think there's a separate. I think there's another button in Concourse that lets you increment the major or minor. I think we probably want to increment the minor.
I mean, it's such
Or
like
the-
it is a breaking change, but like it's so easy to solve, right? Like if you run into it, you just add additional permissions to your user. Except for you might need a lot of tickets for doing that if you're in a really restricted environment. But still, like I would say that adding it just to the GitHub release, calling it out there, is probably fine, right? Like because if something breaks, that's usually where people go.
But just to my understanding, so this is required if you activate IPv6.
No, for everybody, because
Everybody.
the way
This
we
was-
create, we now pre-create the devices before creating the VM, and that requires a different permission.
I
Different.
understood this, but this is general behavior also for normal deploy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could have been implemented differently, right? Like it could be have the old behavior for IPv6 or IPv4 and then IPv6 do, but I mean this simplifies the code, I would say.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, another advantage of doing that is that if you would like to, so one thing was if you have IPv4 and IPv6 dual stack, so you would have 2 or 3 network interfaces. And that's why then we introduced this network, because that simplifies it. Also on the YARD console, you will only have one. But in order to have only one which has the 3 addresses attached to it, then you need to know them beforehand. That means you need to create them beforehand. And this is how everything started, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that makes sense. Who's gonna make the release and where does CI live?
So right now, I think we have 2 failures in the pipeline, which has been there since a while. I was trying to go through and see if I can find something. So the end-to-end tests and the bats are failing for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on.
By the way, adding to that, unfortunately, I think only approvers have access to the concourse. And since most of the new team members are reviewers, we cannot hijack any of the pipelines in order to work on them.
Mhm.
I'm guessing this is the only way currently.
Yeah, it's by design, I guess. It's like an, it's an yeah. Ideally, we like you have contributed a bit so that we can so that you get access, right? Like that's the idea. So
Yeah.
I understand it's annoying right now, but it is the intended behavior.
We'll get to work with the PRs then.
Just start finding typos in readmes, I guess. Or create a bot to find them for you and then commit on your behalf.
But my question was more generic about IPv6. Do we have IPv6 docs on Bosch.io? How you can activate or use?
I guess that's the other PR that we skipped in the beginning of the meeting.
That one is okay.
Yeah, there's this one, right? The document prefix delegation. That's at least one.
But I would expect something collected like DNS or to have. This is just.
So there is an IPv6 on vSphere. I don't know. Would be good maybe to have a similar one for IPv6 on AWS. Or
Yes, I think collected so people find in one place what they need to do.
Yeah, we can work. We can get something done. Or maybe Ned. One chance for you.
Yeah, and if you do it like you build it up like over 5 PRs, right? Like that. One paragraph per PR. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can work something there. Yeah. It's hard to understand you, Ned.
Yeah, sorry. I was saying that we can take a look, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, I've assigned reviewers here. Who's this? This time of the year again, we get someone who stumbles over an issue with Crony.
I reviewed it when well at CF Day. So for me, we had many Azure at all is always having crony issues for some magical reason because they're using a way different way to get time. So it looks okay to me. It's only being done for Azure anyways, and Azure already has a way different way to retrieve time than all the other ones, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, here, this is the person from Microsoft, right? From
Yes,
Azure.
Yes.
that's the Azure guy. Yes.
Yeah.
So he implemented basically the Azure way, Microsoft Azure way, how to get time. So fine with that.
But he says it's not necessary.
So the question.
No, he says if you want to make it configurable in the agent, but he doesn't think that's necessary.
No, he says the impact appears to be
No, it
minimal.
might be
So
possible to make this configurable in the agent, comma, similar to how NTP servers can be configured for normal default IaaSes. However, since the performance impact appears to be minimal, I don't believe that this is necessary.
To be in the agent.
The guy made the PR, dude. He's not going to.
No, he didn't make the
on-
PR. He didn't make the PR. It was someone else.
Oh, okay.
But Ruben, he's meaning to. It's not necessary to be in the agent. This is my understanding.
Yeah, he only is talking about the configurability of it.
I think, okay, I thought he was not talking about this in general. That it's not necessary to do this,
No,
have this PR.
we can double check, but it's not how I read it. Basically, what's happening is he wants to do like he wants to like do more pullings on how to get more time.
We can ask the AI gods to explain us what this meant by. But yeah,
He's also setting like the CPU he's just creating a systemd file for Crony, basically an override file where they now pull like way more often.
now I am sure that you reviewed this before the sports bar.
Yes, I did review it before the sports bar, yes.
We met at the CFD and there was a sports bar, which was really.
Which where we get kicked out of every time.
Not because of bad behavior, just because of they wanted to close.
Because
It
you were
doesn't
spending
make the
too much
story
time
interesting.
because you were reviewing PRs at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not consuming enough alcohol. So,
They've been collecting credits for the PRs.
yeah, does this have any performance impact? This is only applied to this particular process, right?
Yes.
This is basically some like nice like settings, right? Like nice level,
Yes.
but then through systemd, like
Correct.
making it high priority. But this then is doing what?
That's the actual file that the systemd talks to. This is actually what's in the systemd file. So you have systemd
no, but like
who is
no,
then
here
using
this
that Azure
change.
PTP conf, and then
We go
this is
from
what's
3
actually
to
in there.
-1. I'm assuming this is unlimited or something.
He talks about it in his so he in the conversation in the description, he talks about why he's doing this. And this is only because they're using this ref clock thing. And we're not doing this for all the other ISs.
And this is what made the performance issue a minimal, because this process will run now with higher priority, and we will
So he did some, so the testing seems like he did some extended testing, and it was like a really small increase.
Maybe we can skip if you want to have a review on this, Ruben.
Trying to understand. I already requested a review. I think it's good that someone's gonna look into this more, but it's just, I don't know.
Is Long still in that list? Because I see Long as a reviewer. Is he?
Long is still
Yes.
working on Porsche related things, I believe. In his
Oh,
new
I
okay.
think
role.
so.
You ask him, and he said, "I would like to stay."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we move to the next topic, because I have to leave, would you do me a favor? So now I think all the Bosch pipelines are green. There is, however, a new CVE on the URI Ruby gem, which got released, I think, yesterday or yesterday or the day before. If we could rerun the pump gems and then cut a new Bosch release, that would be great.
I'll kick off the bump gems right now.
Super,
Right.
thank you. Right, I have to leave, sorry.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Was it a critical thing or?
It's yeah, let me put it here in the.
It's okay. If you just say it's critical or medium.
I mean, I don't know. It was code in the pipeline actually. I did not even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything in the chat.
Need to pick up a charger.
All right. Thank you.
Bye
See you.
bye.
Okay, see ya.
Bye bye. I'm still here, except for I'm not finding a charger for my laptop stops.
Ah, okay. That check.
Okay. Okay. What's this for?
Windows.
Yeah, I see. But there's like no context. Oh, it's deprecated. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have some folks look at this. We noticed this in the Windows stem cell, so we're dealing with some other instability that we're trying to solve.
But currently the Windows stem cells can't be built anyways, right?
Windows stem cells can be built. There was a change that we've narrowed down to the difference between the 2019 87 and 2019 88 stem cell that is causing the Bosch agent integration tests to fail.
Oh, okay.
I've been looking at that for the last couple of days. Still not sure why. We're getting close to confirming that it might actually be a test setup or a test pollution problem, but we haven't conclusively proved that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're close.
No,
well,
he
I mean,
thinks he's close. That
I'm
can
2
be
days.
Yeah, he thinks he's close.
Windows.
3 days further into the investigation than I was when I started. I don't know if I'm any closer.
But like this, I don't know. There's not more context, and someone else looked already at it. So I would say we can just merge this, right? Or do you want more people to look?
I would rather not merge it until we've resolved the agent problem. This was something we discovered along the way, and I don't know that it's material to the actual agent failures. So I would say
Well,
hold off on
yeah,
merging it. We'll take care
prefer
of it
to draft then,
if you like.
because then otherwise, like, we might do it next time.
Yeah.
If it's draft, then it's clear we don't want to merge.
Cool.
I think the reviews stay, so you can just make it ready for review
Flip
and
it
then
back
merge
and
it.
merge it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, this. This was an outcome, right? Someone asked a question during the CF day. Why we're not using Beyond or
But should we wait until that issue in CF deployment is resolved?
why?
So I just removed those used Bionic. We are not even, we don't update it anymore, and the Bionic stem cells are going to disappear with the cleanup jobs anyways. That's why I removed it. To keep it a little bit clean.
I just we don't. I think have the end-to-end. We have the end-to-end validation, but this random issue with agents not starting.
Yeah, but shouldn't we be testing that then? Then it might be easier for us to debug if we run into it. It's not like Beyond.
We can, yeah, I think people, yeah, can decide whether to use Noble. We can, yeah.
But I mean, we can wait for another review.
I already thought it was done like months ago, so
Okay, so I don't think we need to review. If we decide it's fine to get the noble default.
well, it's always nice that someone looks over my
But
Benjamin already did.
renames.
yeah, Benjamin reviewed. So actually we have so a little bit more than 1 year until the end of life for Jamie. So most probably it's good timing now to make default. Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, then I will repipe it so the actual changes are in there.
So basically, CF deployment people wondered why Noble is not default in Bosch deployment because they are considering
Yeah.
to put Noble as default in CF deployment. This is the context, Aram. At CF, they just
It was not,
Yeah,
I think,
that makes sense.
intentional.
Is it improved Bosch SCP.h still?
Yeah, I'm done with this one. I want to just merge it because it's like
Just
we cannot have.
merge it.
Oh, someone. Yeah. Wait, Aram asked something.
I just
Was
asked
that
Rajan to take a look at it, but if you feel like merging it, I
Oh,
think it's fine.
linting errors. Oh.
linting errors? But did he broke the linting errors?
I
Oh
think
yeah.
so, yeah.
Okay. Ugh.
Maybe you can ask your AI to fix it.
Good point. Oh, we'll do that. Not now, but
is on vacation. You don't need to.
yeah. No, I mean, the job will keep running. So we do this. We do issues.
No, the linting
Fix,
errors are specifically caused by the PR, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
something like that. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Fix it.
Just do it, and then we'll see.
You have it review the PR and propose changes to fix the linting errors.
Yeah, it might create a PR. I don't know what it's gonna do, and then I'll just give it more guidance on what to actually do. This way I don't forget. Okay.
I think we reviewed this
Does it-
one,
we
but the
already
main,
did this.
I think the main PR with the functionality wasn't merged yet back then. The nick groups were introduced along with the prefix, the IPv6 prefixes. So this pretty much takes the configuration, sees which IP addresses are set to which nick group, and checks if the interfaces on the VM are the same. Yeah, this thing, there's a to-do, a very old to-do, the Bosch helpers, more precisely for the Bosch SSH function. So the problem is that using it also includes the connected to IP address yada yada, and after that closed connection to IP address, etc., along with all the output from the commands that you run. Yeah, and it's a bit hard to get the just the output from the command that you ran.
Okay,
And
but what's this dash R referring to? Is this like an upstream thing that needs to go into Bosch CLI or something?
dash R is already a like an argument for Bosch SSH for the CLI.
Mhm.
It returns it as a table, I think. The
Oh,
output.
so it's the Bosch SSH function that needs it in the test
Yeah.
helpers then.
Yeah. The to do for dash R is already there under the Bosch SSH function or method that we have. Should be somewhere in the file. Yeah, this is like a workaround I use to grab just the output from the command without all the connected to closed connection from, etc. I guess if we move to
That one.
yeah. I was also thinking about adding like
But I mean, like, I don't like adding a second layer of to-dos in the same file. Like, is there anything preventing, like, yeah, it's maybe scope creep, but this feels like typically this would be the time to go maybe address the to-do. If you start to have to create another function to work around a thing that's already in the to-do.
So what I wanted to ask is, I had an idea what if we introduce a dash JSON, for example, in the Bosch CLI, which will return in a JSON format. It's going to be a lot easier to work on it in the tests. So this pretty much,
What
you
does
give
this
it.
do then?
That's a good question.
We already can return JSON. It's just awkward in its formatting, but it works. It's a table. It returns a table or something in JSON.
I think I've used it for other commands. Haven't tried it for SSH, so I'm not sure how it's going to return it. Yeah, I think I missed this one. I just saw the to-do and didn't look at the options JSON there.
I think I put that to do in there like a long time ago.
Yeah, it's just been there for a while now. The thing is, if we address the dash R,
Look who it is.
Look who it is.
Well,
It's always the same guy.
This was not catched in a review, probably. Okay, so the verdict is Ramon needs to go fix his to-do.
No,
No, it's already there. So
it's been there for 1 year. I'm off the case.
Yes.
I can consider it, but it's gonna need for us to go over all the tests that use the Bosch SSH. To be honest,
But it might be useful to look at the JSON.
yeah, I need to see how it's returning it. It wasn't great for other commands I used. So yeah, you need to test it out. As for DR, it might be actually fine because for most of the tests, we just check if something is included in the output. So in theory, the test should work even if you add it, but yeah, I'll take a look, see what the JSON is returning, see with the Dasha. Yeah, we can discuss it on the next one.
Thanks. Yeah, okay. This was gonna be okay, and then that one. Yeah, I looked at this one. This is just propagating a flag to the library. The only change I requested was that we don't point to a fork in. Right, that's all. Like the rest, I think is
Oh yeah.
that's not great. And I understand why it's done, but it shouldn't have been committed. And then it was also doing it in the Bosch agent, but I'm wondering if that's gonna cause trouble because the Bosch agent is also doing the compression of like when you're compiling things, right? So if you're compiling packages, you want ideally these packages, the compiled packages, to be sent back in a compressed form.
Mhm.
So I was wondering if this is just doing it for decompression or if it's doing it also for. Here, this is the new compiler, no compression. That I don't like so much because is it like how are you configuring the agent, right? Like you cannot. Right, does it say it in the description how this works? I did the other two and I didn't go through this one yet.
This seems to just be the copy.
Yeah, so the decompression is for better compatibility. Let's just use the new interface. Yeah, okay. That is good. Just need to validate that in the code. But I'm already assigned here, so I'll just keep looking at that or do it after the call. Ah, that's a garbage PR. Yeah, this is just me trying to save ourselves work by having these things that we feel like should just be a merger of two PRs of upstream things. Have a bot go look at that. But then these checks failed and the bot is currently not able to work on a fork or something. We just need to fix the bot, but haven't gotten to it. And then I will have it. It can load the check results, so then it should be able to start fixing those issues potentially. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. So please ignore. This is more Windows stuff then, right? That you are you both pairing on this?
There are two pairs working on this, so yeah, this is good times.
Sounds like you're having fun.
Oh yeah, most excellent.
Yeah,
You can leave this for.
shall I assign some people from? I mean, I can assign you
Sure,
or
I'm already
something.
there. Can assign.
Rajan.
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay. That's this one. Ooh. This time of the year again. Someone getting annoyed about Postgres versions.
Are we bumping again?
Yeah, we're bumping again. and this time with OpenSSL. Wait, we weren't using OpenSSL? What's this?
I think by default it is OpenSSL. Okay.
Has there been any progress on moving us to use the Postgres Bosh release rather than this internal package?
Was anyone looking at it? I know we discussed it like a long time ago, but
Might have been a project that died when Joseph left. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been one of the pet peeves of Joseph. Wanting to fix that. I don't think there's an issue for it. No, it's nothing.
Could be a
Okay.
nice topic to collect PRs.
Yeah. Yeah, someone just needs to dive into what this actually does, this option. But it seems like, I mean, we have OpenSSL in the stem cell, so I don't think this is like a weird change.
no, it's
I would have assumed we already did this.
I would have assumed it was detected.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dennis is on sick leave. Otherwise, he would have joined, but was looking for feedback on this one.
Yeah,
I
no
just
objections.
don't know the exact context.
Yeah, it would be good to have some of his context maybe in a call so he can explain a bit more. I mean, he did something here, but yeah.
Well,
That might be the fastest way to get this merged. If you could just like explain why, and
well, it explains it pretty well, right? For external DBs.
yeah. For example, I'm wondering why is this only affecting these things?
It's not only affecting it for that, but it's
But then,
two
for
outcomes that
example,
you need.
yeah, but for example, I thought we already support like external Postgres databases.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, external, that's on the client side. This is at the server side, right? So, and
yes.
then
Correct.
we don't do MTLS probably for localhost. That doesn't make sense, right? So that's probably why we could get away without this, right? We just do the TCP port. Yeah, so we don't do TLS, which makes sense. And encryption, like database, was there an encryption key? That's just a cloud controller thing, right? The director doesn't have an encryption key for the database, does it? I don't remember. And then where are these things used then? Who is using these?
It's probably somebody connecting to the Bosh director remotely to try to do a remote initiated backup rather than using BBR on the VM to back up the database and then shuttle it somewhere else, would be my guess.
But then I'm wondering, like, why are you using the CLI from another release? Right, like if you're the good way to do this would be using BBR, right? And then BBR brings its own PG dump. Or is it used? Yeah, I'm assuming.
It just uses the local thing, I think, and then dumps it.
No, because there's this whole like databases SDK thing, right? BBR, SDK
Sure, but
something.
BBR always runs on like it's generally it runs where the release tells it to run the backups from, and those generally are local to the data store, so you don't have a bunch of networking problems.
No, that
Networking
makes sense,
bottleneck.
but like you would co-locate the backup and restore SDK release on your director, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you would use this one,
Sure.
which has the
Does
has
have
it?
the OpenSSL, but
Yeah.
that doesn't solve the problem of the server supporting OpenSSL necessarily.
This is not about this. Was it? They wanted to.
I think we already have OpenSSL, right, on it.
Down below, it says PG dump, PG restore from local to external DB.
Yeah. So the local connection is not encrypted, right? So if you would be using this SDK and the CLI from here, you could connect just the server doesn't have to be using something encrypted, right? So it's then you just use a different.
Yeah, but the PostgreSQL release which we want to use in the future at some point, I think has also like the OpenSSL thing already in there. So it's not a really weird
It's
thing to
totally
do.
fine.
But...
No, but it's about the use case, right? The use
Okay,
case
yeah.
is backup and restore. For backup and restore, we have BBR scripts. BBR scripts for Postgres typically use the backup and restore SDK release.
Correct.
Why is he not using that release? That's my main question.
Yeah.
So I will ask that. We'll see.
This one we checked, I think.
Oh yeah. Going in circles now.
Did we take a look at the PR for the documentation about the prefix? That's the first one we opened. Yeah.
Did we say we need to merge something else, or did we do that already?
Oh no, yeah, I think we're waiting for a new Bosch release, I think.
Yeah, I think that was
Okay.
the.
Sorry.
So we have promotions. I think Beyhan said something about that. Ooh, inactive users. Someone's gonna be removed. No. Yes. It's Konstantin.
Oh,
Okay.
that
Constantine
bot,
is getting removed.
Hmm?
Constantine is finally getting removed. He wants to be
Yes.
back in.
Kuni also.
Yeah, Max, Benjamin.
But Constantine is in there for 3 times?
Yeah, different areas.
Oh.
Okay, but was there like a time thing?
There's
I
a
think
time.
some folks have commented, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Konstantin is gonna PR himself back in.
So I asked them to open PRs when we merge this. So people who wants and have a reason. So they will be not bothered for 1 year. If you're okay with this.
Yeah, I think that's the
There
most.
is this bot. I don't know what to do with the bot. I see that with this task operability bot.
Yeah, but nobody knows what this bot does. So let's merge this, and then someone will start screaming. And if they do, then we can just revert the change, right? That
You go back. There is an explanation what the bot does.
where in the conversation.
Yes. From I wonder whether if you open the PR from the bot account to get it added again.
But can a bot account need to be added in the bot section, or is it added in the bot section?
It's on the bot section, but it's
Why are we then checking the inactivity of bots? I mean, it makes sense, I guess. But like, if you can have a bot for read-only access, but then why would you need access?
yeah.
Then you don't need write access, right? So removing it should be fine. Oh, dependency bumps.
So this bot doesn't
what?
have any GitHub activity. I checked on the GitHub profile and there is no.
Okay, let's ask which repo.
I think they pointed out it's
Hmm?
the acceptor. I think they mentioned the repo.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm bad at reading.
Disaster recovery acceptance. I don't know if you.
No, to automate dependency bumps. No.
This is something else.
Yeah,
That was some different comments.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we also okay, maybe it is related, but then there is no commits from that bot, are there? Just using dependent bot.
Yeah. This bot doesn't have any activities. I was checking. Yeah, good point. I didn't check in this repository. So he's mistaken, most of it.
Yeah.
But we have to wait another week, I think, here.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Only
Mhm. Okay.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
We're over time. I don't know if we have any important issues. There's nothing in the inbox. I like that. We do have this one. Okay, that one, the delete stuff, that one was the issue was found, right? That was the PR, that was
Yes. This,
that
yeah,
one.
so did we merge the PR? Oh,
I think so. It was merged.
okay, then we can.
Close it, right? Yeah, and this one is ongoing, right?
Yeah, this we discussed. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to spam the issue further, but I asked the bot to do some more thinking. Think harder. Because it thought it was HTTP Mbus related, and it's like we're not doing any HTTP Mbus here, right? But then it started checking the net stuff and it found a bunch of I don't know. I think this is a known issue, right? That we're not doing. I think Joseph also found issues with this in the past, like the fact that we are doing it basically single threaded. So like if you have something that hangs for a while, a message that then pings, you you can end up missing pings. So
But here the agent doesn't start for some reason.
yeah, that's not like I'm starting to feel like we're seeing multiple things in that one issue. I don't know if it's all the same issue. Because it started out with just being unresponsive and a corrupted disk, and they couldn't get any messages out or nothing out, right?
The VM is deleted. The agent doesn't start, or what?
There was also something with corrupt, right? I didn't remember that right.
Maybe Ivaylo.
He was using secure encrypted volumes with the AWS CPI, and I said, please. And then he tried to match. He tried to attach that volume to something else, and he got garbled stuff. Yes, because it's encrypted. You can do that.
I see.
So I said, don't use, like, remove the encrypted stuff
For debugging purposes.
for debugging purposes.
That makes
And
sense.
then at least check if it works. And then because I thought it was in the volumes thing, I thought it was my how we are getting the UUID, how do we get the UIDs now for the disks? That was the issue. Because here you see error petition and Vim has been written, blah blah blah, for the change. So I thought that was
So this is the actual error now?
I don't know. I contacted the guy this morning, and he said he deployed it now without external without the encrypted volumes, and then he would say, "Yeah, I'll get back to you." So I'm still waiting on that. But he still got the same issue, he said, when removing the encrypted volumes. But he's now probably trying to debug it again.
But this is an actual error, right?
That's an actual error, yes. This is why I thought it was maybe related to if encrypted volumes was because we do some weird regex stuff, right?
No, but this is here. It actually says in the message. It found the disk. Partitions 1 and 2 have been written onto this device, but we have been unable to inform the kernel of the change, probably because they are in use. This seems like this could also be because the agent tried it once and then failed, right? So that could be another error somewhere else, right? Like maybe if you fail to partition, right? Like then it's still in use, and then the next time you come around, you end up in this error, right? So that could be an additional error from the first time this failed.
Okay.
Because it's an in use, right? Like an in use typically means it's yeah, previous failure to me.
Yeah.
Like why is it still in use, right?
Yeah.
Well, when he contacts me tomorrow, I will try to help him a little bit with the debugging. Yeah, that's Sven.
Everybody has its theories.
Yeah.
Everybody their own theories. It's nice. This is mostly CFD related. This was the issue that people were talking about in the Bosch group.
You didn't stay at the sports bar long enough to figure it out. What happened?
Well, the longer we were there, the less we were trying to.
No, I think it was we were not able to reproduce it in the sports bar. There was like, I don't know, not enough hardware, I guess, or cloud access. So basically, it could not reproduce. But okay.
Yeah.
We're over time
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Okay.
Leave it here.
See you guys.
Thank you all for joining.
Okay. Bye bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.